I've had my catheter now for 2 years. I can't quite believe it's 2 years ago on the 9th of February 2024. The catheter has changed my life in many ways. Mum cannot believe how much I pee and says on a regular basis, although it was quite a while ago since I've had it done now, but she still says this. I can't quite believe how much you actually pee, and I can understand now why you were absolutely soaking wet all the time with the amount you wee. I'm not saying I'm completely dry, because I'm not. I have days, weeks where I will leak, for that is normally when I need the toilet. We have found that out. Me and Mum said once about a year ago, "Are you sure this is what you wanted? Because you'll wee more than you did with a pad on," because the surgeon did tell me that he wasn't sure how good my bladder was at holding, but I was fully aware of that. But he was happy for me to try a flip flow. Now I don't use the flip flow on its own, although I have one on me regular, so that if we did it, have to take it off or whatever, we can have control over it and don't have to worry that have we got all the equipment for it to be taken off. Yes, I know you shouldn't take them off and on, but it's what works for us. It's took us 2 years to work that out, and all I don't like the leg bag on my leg. They tell you that alternating the tube onto each side each week when you are changing the sticker and flip flows, it is best practice to change sides. I don't do this because of on my leg length I can't put it there, and we have tried lots of different ways, but where it would be it simply will not drain. We have spoken with my district nurse, and they were happy for the tube to stay on the same side as long as we moved it slightly each time, so it is not in exactly the same place. The leg bag just sits round my pommel in my electric wheelchair, so that's where the bag sits. But then I have to take it off to get out of the chair, and then now we have got a bag on the back of my manual wheelchair that I use the leg bags on my pommel, and I use the one-use night bags in the back of my chair in the bag. Similar to what you'd have for a feeding tube, but obviously mine's draining into the bag, not out of the bag, so you have to have it a certain distance so that you can make it drain properly. 97% of the time it works really well. 3% of the time there's sometimes a problem with it, but that's depending on how you put it in the bag. Usually if you've let the tube kink a little bit, that can cause the bag to act like it is full when it actually isn't. It's just because the opening has been squashed a little bit. We normally use a single-use night bag just because of the type of tubing. A single-use has got to a 7-day use. It's a little bit thinner than a 7-day bag tube is, and it is more flexible than a 7-day bag is too, so we can make it do what we need it to do within reason. I did want to try and use the flip flow on its own, but we soon began to realize my bladder can't hold a lot. It's never held a lot, if any. Which the doctor obviously told me. As discussed further up in this video, it was decided that I would go to using a leg bag first, when we decided my bladder wouldn't hold enough. The only thing I struggled with, they were 500ml leg bags, but when they were attached to my leg, and got like 250 in them, so not very much at all, they would slide down my leg, and then become a problem, because I'd noticed them were giving me like a friction feeling. We also didn't know this would happen. They'd give me leg bags with a slide tap instead of a flip tap, as I called them, and this is my claim to fame. I eat in a well-known home store cafe, because I moved my leg and hit it against the side of my wheelchair footplate hanger, caught the tap, the end opened, we cleaned it up and left obviously, and then it happened again in one of the aisles this time, though, so Mum had to contact the district nurse the next day and explain what had gone on in this shop, and they said, "Oh my God, we can't do that." Laughing, she said, "We can have you getting a ban now, can we?" So she said, "You'll be better with what we call the flip tap bags, and those are the ones I use now and will only use."